Hey there YouTube, PETEY TWOFINGER. Today I had watched a video called Negative Harmony, and it's some music theory stuff on a channel called Music Theory for Guitar. So you should definitely, if you're interested in this, go sub to his channel, check him out. Basically what it is, he was talking about Paganini, Rachmaninoff interpreting Paganini stuff. Now Paganini was kind of like the Yngwie Malmsteen of violin, and he really tore it up. He had this theme that was A, C, B, A, E. That was the melody. So let's check that out. Now, looking at that, if I write it out on paper, A, C, B, A, E, we've got A and then C. So let's see. A, that's +3 to get from an A to a C. We start out at this A note, which doesn't count, and then we go A sharp, B, C. So it's +3. The next note is a B, which is 1 down. We're at C. So that to get to that B, it's 1 down. So we got +3, -1. And then from the B to the A, we're at B. That gives us a -2. And then for the finale, it's 7 notes up to the A, to the E, excuse me. So this formula is +3, -1, -2, +7. And with chromatic inversion or negative harmony, what you do, this is a trick to squeeze more mileage out of your melodies. You invert them. And that just means you take wherever you see a plus or the up symbol, you turn it into the down. Wherever you see a down, you turn it into the plus. And what that gives me is starting at A, originally was up 3, we go down 3, so then we have F sharp. The next one was a -1, we're going to turn that around to be a +1, so we go from F sharp to G. So the next one would be a -2, we turn that around to a +2 from G. That gives us an A, so A, F sharp, G, A. And then that +7, turn that around, it's going to be -7 from an A, and believe it or not, that brings you to D. So what was this ominous foreboding through chromatic inversion becomes something that works, but sounds it sounds almost longing. It doesn't have that sinister foreboding sense. So this is a trick we can use with our melodies. It goes back to Bach was using this trick. It's an old trick, and it's definitely something I'm going to be throwing into my songwriting toolbox. I guess I could loop it. was really sloppy playing over chromatic inversion. That was the point today. The point wasn't the looping and that quaint sounding disaster that I played for you. I had it looped earlier and I had figured out something that sounded a lot better with a different fuzz. It's a combo pedal that I built. It's a silicon tone bender on one side and something called the Systech Harmonic Energizer, which you could think of as a cocteau or like a parametric equalizer. Something that Frank Zappa used. I was using that earlier. Now that pedal, the problem with this pedal is I didn't put any pull-down resistors on it. The pull-down resistor is something that amateur pedal builders neglect to put in their circuits. And that was because at the time I was an amateur pedal builder when I built it. So it might be a 1 mega ohm resistor that you find on the hot side of the input that goes to ground, and that prevents popping when you click the switch on. So this thing pops like no tomorrow, and I switched it out for the fuzz that I use, which is something called the Christine Noise Fuzz, which is available. That PCB is sold from a company called Music PCB, and I just don't really have that tuned very well. But we're going to be trying all sorts of different fuzzes in that last position as these videos go on. So I hope you enjoyed this today, and peace.